It started out as a small thing, something I brushed off as my imagination. I was just a teenager, and like most teenagers, I often found myself overthinking things late at night. But when I saw him for the first time, standing at the base of the big tree across the street, it felt different. Something about the way he stood there, perfectly still, staring directly at my window, sent a chill down my spine. I figured maybe it was just some random passerby. But as the days went on, I couldn't shake the feeling that he was always there, every night, right at the same spot. And every time I looked out, he'd be staring straight at me, motionless, his face hidden in the dark. I'd blink, and when I looked again, he'd be gone. Every single time. The first couple of nights, I told myself it was nothing. But after a week of seeing him, I couldn't deny it any longer. I was scared. What was he doing? Why did he keep standing there? I try not to let it bother me. But the figure began to change. He started becoming more distinct. At first, I could barely make out his features, but now he was clear. I could see his outline, his shoulders, even what looked like a dark jacket or hoodie. He never moved. Never. He just stood there, staring, watching. I couldn't take it anymore. Every night, I checked to see if he was still there, and he always was, as though he'd been waiting for me. The fear kept growing, a gnawing feeling that something was terribly wrong. One night, I couldn't just sit in my room, shaking with fear. I had to confront it. I had to know who or what was standing there. So I waited for him to appear again. I gathered every ounce of courage I had, grabbed a flashlight, and opened my bedroom window. I took a deep breath, then threw open the window and shouted into the dark, "Hey, what do you want? Who are you?" For a moment, nothing happened. Then, just as I was about to close the window and give up, I saw him again. The figure, standing motionless beneath the tree, staring up at me. It felt like time froze. My heart raced as I realized something. This was it. I was going to figure out who or what this was. I ran downstairs and outside, determined to confront the figure once and for all. I turned the corner of the house and sprinted across the lawn toward the tree, my flashlight cutting through the darkness. But when I reached the spot where I'd seen him, there was no one. I felt my blood run cold. Confused, I looked around, scanning the yard, the street. And that's when I saw it, a faint glow, just across the street, near the broken streetlight. I turned and approached cautiously. As I got closer, I realized what had been causing the illusion. It wasn't a person. It was the broken streetlight. The cracked lens had created a distorted, dark silhouette that looked like a person standing under the tree, staring up at me. The fear that had built up inside me over the past week hit me like a wave. It was all just a trick of light, a random distortion. The figure wasn't real. It had been an optical illusion the whole time, my mind twisting the shadows into something far worse than they were. But in that moment, the fear still lingered. I had let my imagination run wild, and the terror I felt was real, even if the figure never was. I walked back inside, trying to calm myself down. But even now, whenever I look at that streetlight, I can't help but feel a little uneasy, knowing that the things we fear most are sometimes just tricks our minds play on us.